this was his new kurzgesagt video.
Must be amazing. Loads of people give up on everything that makes life good for it. Their loved ones, any other possessions or pursuits,
Usually like used for like surgery or something.
homes, their dignity, and even their lives. But actually, is garbage. Inferior in every single way but one. It's the perfect. And while we hear a lot about how deadly is, many people are not even fakes. It's truly the dumbest to ruin your life for. Let's learn what it does to you, what it feels like, and why it's so much lamer than pain and pleasure. Maybe the two most
I thought it was more potent than the...
important forces that guide our survival are pain and pleasure. Pain may be the most visceral physical experience. A claw ripping your flesh, a bone cracking, rejection eating your soul. Pain can be scary and unbearable. It's the strongest signal our bodies have to make us avoid harm. Pleasure is what makes life good because it feels, well, amazing. Eating things that are sweet or high fat, having sex, or opening another booster pack with your friends. Anything that makes you feel pleasure makes
Gambling too.
you want to do it again. These two opposing forces guide you through life. Pain shouts, "Stop, this is bad." Pleasure cheers, "More, do that again." But while they are opposites, they're also linked. Sometimes our body needs to end pain and create pleasure at the same time. After giving birth, pain gets toned down and the mother is showered in happy hormones so she can bond with the newborn child. During an intense hunt, the hunter
Endorphins or something.
forgets the physical exhaustion and minor injuries. Both are technically not great experiences, but need to be repeated for our survival. And nature invented a powerful mechanism to achieve this: the mighty opioid receptor. It's like a keyhole on the neurons that control pain and pleasure. If activated, it reduces pain and how much you care about pain, and it creates pleasure and good feelings. The details are complex and not relevant for this story. What you need to know is that any molecule that can fit into an opioid receptor like a key is called an opioid. Opioids are extremely powerful, so when your body uses natural opioids like endorphins when you laugh, it releases only a tiny amount exactly where they're needed.
So natural opioid is good.
The effects are mild and localized. Your sprained ankle feels better, a painful memory subsides, you get a boost of happiness meeting an old friend. And now we're getting humans found in nature like more and were quite taken by them. They got refined into a whole family of used in hospitals and to relieve patients that are in immense pain. And the worst of all, before we can explain why it is the most garbage, we need to do something fun. Let's inject together. Ready?
Okay, that's a wild statement.
The supernova of pleasure rushes through your entire body and flips every opioid receptor it finds. A rapid cascade of things happens everywhere all at once. A symphony of intense sensations. Every cell regulating pleasure is now high. Without their control, floodgates of happy hormones open and fill you up top to bottom with pure bliss. A cup of coffee, a nectar of joy. This song you like, a celestial symphony. A cuddle, pure love.
So everything feels good.
From the center of the universe. Wherever you felt pain before, from wounds or aching joints or menstrual cramps or loneliness or self-loathing, it's gone now.
So even the mental health can improve.
You are simply unable to feel pain or care about it anymore. Like dimming the lights in a cozy room, your brain's alert system is put to sleep and you feel at ease, warm and serene.
Now let's hear the side effects.
Any stress melts away and dissolves into a dreamlike haze. You're no longer worried or tense about anything. This peace even spreads to your essential organs, slowing your breath, soothing and slowing your intestines. Your chest rises and falls like the gentle waves of a quiet shore. You're sailing a sea of calm and happiness that feels perfect and eternal. The full load of a strong opioid like the very first time is one of the most amazing feelings humans can experience. For a few hours, you're in heaven. And this is exactly the problem. Your brain is not equipped to handle anything like it. You feel too good. But nothing lasts forever, And now you're in trouble. You just experienced the best feeling you ever felt. Your brain's reward center is completely fried and can't comprehend what happened. If what you did felt this good, it has to be amazing for your survival and you should do it again. Except you can never ever feel this good again. This will be your peak life moment forever.
And that's it.
You may forever chase this feeling you had this very first time. And now you're back in the regular world, with your insecurities, where your knee hurts, regular tasting coffee, and having to work hard for happy
I'm basically watching a good movie or something for the pastime.
Comparison is the thief of joy, and now you have your life to compare to a supernova of bliss. The indescribable feeling comes with a damage to your sense of life and self that may be irreparable. And this is not even the worst. Opioids are incredibly addictive, and the addiction among the worst you can have. The supernova of pain. Once you've taken opioids a few times, your brain has had enough. The cells controlling pain and pleasure are constantly high and drowsy, so it boosts them and makes them hyperactive. This happens very fast, sometimes after a few days of use. You've developed an opioid tolerance, toning down all the nice effects you're doing to achieve. To feel like before, you'll need way higher doses. Now, you're at a crossroads. Quit and have your system go back to normal fairly quickly, or keep going and take more. You take the wrong turn. Over the next few weeks, your brain keeps pushing back and you keep taking more. The effects are not quite what they were, but still mildly nice. Until one day, you can't get it and
So
realize
the effect decreases over time.
your body is now your enemy. Your systems are so hyperactive that they make you feel the opposite of what the was doing. Welcome to withdrawal. It all starts with a creeping unease. Instead of being euphoric and happy, nothing feels good anymore. Your coffee is tasteless, your favorite song lame, your loved ones distant. A storm of negative emotions shatters your sea of calm. Serenity is replaced by anxiety and angst, like something terrible is imminent. Your worries, insecurities, and all the fears you suppressed aren't just back, but amplified into an existential crisis. You're so restless you can't sit still. Your heart is beating too fast. You shiver, sweat, hyperventilate. Your pain circuits are now oversensitive, so your bones and muscles ache and hurt for no reason. Old wounds, physical and mental, torture you. You have belly cramps and diarrhea and have to vomit. You're too agitated to rest. A war inside your body that you can't escape. And of course, there's the craving, screaming for you to make it stop. Your mind and body beg for a hit. You can be in this state for up to 2 weeks, or make it stop right away. Okay, so why not just take
I
heroin
have 2 weeks for all that.
forever and feel amazing always? The fun thing is that it doesn't work this way. You get tolerant to the nice effects like euphoria faster than to the bad ones like dangerously slow breathing. So it turns from touching the love center of the universe to mostly drowsy numbness and relief from withdrawal. Now you don't take it to get to heaven, but to avoid hell. You're in a prison of your mind and body, unable to connect with all the things that could actually make you feel good. Addiction is brutal and extremely hard to escape. It should be pretty clear that you need to be extremely careful with any opioid. And if you have the chance to do it for fun, just don't. There's a very real risk that your life might just be over, and that you'll go through hell. Now that we've seen the heaven
So doing only one time can also be addictive too.
and hell of heroin, we can get to the garbage. Is really garbage. Everything we just described is true in different intensities for most opioids. They can be great, all of them can be hell. It's just sort of the strongest, except it isn't. Is around 50 times more potent than, but that doesn't mean 50 times more amazing, quite the opposite. It's extremely good at crossing the blood-brain barrier, the firewall that protects your brain from harmful substances. It enters your brain so easily that you get from 0 to extremely high almost instantly. But just as fast as it enters, it leaves again. High can last 6 hours, one from can fade in minutes. Doesn't feel as good as instead of a
So
supernova
it's only lasting minutes.
of
Bruh.
bliss, you mostly get the black hole of nodding away. but it comes with all the withdrawal symptoms. As a bonus, because it acts so quickly on your brain, it fries your reward center even more, making it even more addictive. And since you only need so little of it, it's super easy. Accident. It's the deadliest in US history by far. Between 2013 and 2023, it killed 400,000 Americans. It really is garbage.
500,000.
Too dangerous, too intense, too little fun. But then why are so many people taking it? Well, actually, nobody wants to. Not for users, it's for dealers. The house always wins. His dream. One truckload could supply the entire US for 1 year. It's cheap to make and easy to plants and fields and way more space. So garbage just took over the supply. It might have seemed great for at first, and then its trap snapped close. While some people may seek out specifically, several studies have found that most users try to avoid it. Even worse, a lot of people don't take it willingly. Dealers want people to come back for their product, and by adding a tiny trace, they can make it more addictive. Even if people don't realize they took
There's like adding additives and preservatives, I guess.
They'll feel its effects. So dealers started to mix all kinds, turning the entire US market into a minefield where any trip can be your last. Because way too often, they put a bit too much in their mixes. In 2022, the combination with pills, often counterfeit, accounted for about 20%. In 2023, the US authorities seized 115 million. 70% contained a lethal dose. About half where you expected the least, from stimulants like. A lot of people may have taken these mixes on purpose, but many others just wanted to party and weren't ready for an surprise. This is especially dangerous because if you've never tried it, you can very easily. It has no upsides outside medical use. For dealers, and it means easy profit. For users, it means a worse and a worse life. For people who would never ever try it, it can be a distance they didn't see coming. No matter how alluring they are, using even in safe settings is playing with fire on the best of days. It turns this fire into a raging furnace, increasing the risk of massively. There's really only one conclusion to draw here. If you have the choice, don't step into the supernova of pleasure, because the danger of it turning into a supernova of pain is just too high.
So natural endorphins is actually much better than this